In the dawn of modern age, there is a place where time stands still. A place untouched by the ravages of modernization, preserved by culture and tradition. Where people are still in touch with nature. A place where the clear blue skies and gusty winds are a perfect setting for a unique favorite cultural pastime. Wow. This is a wow, or layang-layang, a traditional Malay kite dancing gracefully in the sky. In Johor, kites are known as layang-layang, but they are also commonly called wow throughout the country. According to Wayne Hosking, in his book Kites of Malaysia, the word wow is said to have been derived from the word woe, which refers to a species of big bird found in Southeast Asia. Nevertheless, according to the elders in Kedah, the word wow has its origins from the Thai language. Even today, kites in Thailand are known as wow. No one really knows for sure when people started flying kites in most parts of this country, but it's thought to be closely linked to Samangat Padi, or the spirit of paddy. Historically, it was observed that kite flying was at its most frequent at the end of the harvesting season. According to the legend that originated from the state of Kedah, there was once a farmer who lived with his wife at a foot of a mountain. Unfortunately, the couple bore no children.
Bang, bunyi apa tu? Macam bunyi budak menangis ya.
Kat mana?
Kat belakang tu kot.
Yalah. Mari pergi tengok. Kat mana ada bunyi tadi ni?
Ya Allah.
One day, while working in their paddy fields, they found a young child and decided to raise her as their own.
Apa buang kat sini?
The child grew up to be a beautiful woman. And the wife became insanely jealous of her adopted daughter. She started torturing the girl until she ran away. That year, the paddy crops failed. The couple then went to seek assistance of a nujum, or a fortune teller, who revealed that the girl was the Samangat Padi, or the spirit of paddy.
Tanah ni dimiliki oleh seorang gadis. Oh ya, ada seorang gadis. Gadis adalah semangat padi sebenarnya. Oh.
Tapi gadis tu dah tak ada tu.
Macam dia. Kita pujuk gadis tu, kita buat layang-layang dan kita ajak dia kemari sini. Tunjukkan dia dalam layang.
As penance, the farmer was to create an object in the form of what is now known as the Bulan and raise it to the sky using a jerami string. During the reign of Sultan Mahmud Shah in 1500 AD, kite flying became a nationwide sport, even amongst royal families and the palace communities. This event was even narrated by Tun Sri Lanang in the Malay annals, written in the 18th century. Over the generations, kite flying became a very important activity amongst the Malay community. Due to limited means of communication, people would congregate at the end of harvesting season to indulge in local sports activities, such as sepak raga, gasing, and of course, kite flying. Today, Wow is a very important traditional sport and forms part of the Malay historical past, which also makes it a priceless cultural heritage of the country.
Ada market, memang ada. Tapi kebanyakan yang beli pun turis lah. 10% daripada I punya pembeli orang tempatan. 90% kebanyakan orang luar. Sebab sekarang ni dia punya publicity lebih meluas berbanding 10 ke 20 tahun yang dulu. Persaingan memang ada, tapi kita punya craft dan art lebih kreatif. Saya minta buat masa sekarang ni harusnya kita bekerjasama walaupun kerajaan dan swasta.
So important was the legacy of WOW that the country's national airline, Malaysia Airlines, incorporated its own interpretation of the WOW Kuching as its logo. For many years, the tradition of kite sporting activity was limited within the vicinities of villages and districts, and as such, was slowly fading into oblivion. Recognizing the potential loss of this cultural art form, the Johor state government took major steps to bring kite sporting activities to a new level. Through Majlis Pelayang Malaysia, or Malaysia Kite Council, international kite festivals were organized as a medium of promoting the country and its culture to the world at large.
Malaysia has a very long history in the tradition of kite making, kite flying. This history of long tradition of kite making and kite playing and so on is very closely tied to Malaysia's ancient traditions and history. And as a major aspect of our tradition, it's therefore important for us to really focus our attention on kites and kite making and so on. And with that intention, we established the Malaysian Kites Council, whose members comprise of all the various kite flying associations.
The Malaysia Kite Council has also set up a museum housing a vast collection of local and international kites in Pasir Gudang itself. And it is open to the general public during the Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival.
Museum layang-layang ini adalah satu merupakan bangunan yang pada asalnya bukan direka bentuk untuk khas untuk dijadikan museum layang-layang sebenarnya. Pada asalnya adalah direka bentuk oleh mereka kita adalah sebuah bangunan kincir angin. Bangunan kincir angin yang mana berkebetulan di kawasan ini adalah merupakan satu kawasan angin yang begitu sesuai. Jadi pihak berkuasa tempatan Pasir Gudang yang mentadbir kawasan ini bercadang untuk membina sebuah bangunan yang menggunakan angin untuk menampakkan arah angin. Itu pada asalnya. Dan selepas pembinaan kincir angin. Kebetulan pada tahun 1995 lagi kita telah pun memulakan festival layang-layang antarabangsa di Pasir Gudang ini, dan pihak pengurusan telah bersetuju untuk menukarkan bangunan kincir angin ini kepada sebuah bangunan dinamakan Museum Layang-Layang Pasir Gudang. Museum ini adalah merupakan museum yang pertama di ASEAN maksudnya, dan telah menjadi dah dimasukkan kepada rekod Malaysia Book Record, satu buah museum yang khas dan khusus untuk layang-layang, Museum Layang-Layang Pasir Gudang.
Since 1996, the Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival has been held annually and has played an integral role in rejuvenating the tradition of kite flying. Today, almost all states in Malaysia host various forms of WOW competitions, including the Kelantan Kite Festival. There are 3 major kite flying festivals held annually, namely Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival, Kelantan Kite Festival, and Bintulu International Kite Festival.
Saya dalam bidang ni lebih kurang dalam 5 tahun ada. Saya ada pergi buat demo ada, cuba-cuba masuk dalam pertandingan pada segi penjual wow ni kat Malaysia ni nak kata boleh tu adalah juga marketing dia dalam wow ni. Tapi cuma orang Malaysia yang belum kenal lagi wow tu. Dan mungkin orang tak tahu apa jenis wow yang ada kat Malaysia ni. Penjualan dia sekarang ni okey lah, tapi Malaysia ni kurang sikit. Mungkin overseas tu. Eropah selalunya yang beli.
This is Kampong Sarang Boya Darat, a small village in Batu Pahat in Johor, located in the southern part of Malaysia. Meet Satir bin Kasti, a 53-year-old oil palm plantation owner who has spent almost 3 decades planting and taking care of the trees within these 20 acres. Every morning, Satir will ride his specially designed mini truck, which he calls Garabak, for almost 3 kilometers to the plantation. Since 2000, he has represented Johor in all the kite festivals in the country. Back in 2003, he was crowned the champion of the WOW carving or Sobek category at the Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival. This year, Satir has again been invited by the Johor Council to participate in the coming Kelantan Kite Festival in Tempat Kelantan.
Sejak umur 10 tahun, memang saya minatlah pada bidang layang-layang. Ya, macam gasing, yang lain-lain saya tak minat. Yang beli garakan, memang tak ada. Saya minat lagi kecil, saya buat lagi layang kecil. Sampai tak jadi, saya buat lagi, tak jadi, buat lagi sampai sempurna layang. Kalau saya main layang, orang tua memang dia tak kisah. Tapi kalau saya, layang orang tua memang dia tak kisah. Tapi kalau saya bermain-main, tak tentu arah, orang tua saya marah.
Satir works on his kite in the small workshop next to his house. He makes his own kites with the help of his youngest son, Muhammad Shukri, who in recent years has shown natural kite-making skills. Satir is very proud of Shukri, who has shown tremendous talent in the sobek or measuring, drawing, and cutting of wows. Shukri will assist his father to produce the best kite to to be flown throughout the state of Johor, one that will soar high in the coming festival. Kuala Terengganu is the state capital of Terengganu, which is located at the bank of the Terengganu River. The river flows down from Lake Kenyir to the South China Sea. This is the state where the country's finest craftsmen, such as songket weavers, batik painters, wood carvers, and boat makers, can easily be found. Meet Ali Hassan, who lives in Kampong Lerik Tepo in Kuala Nerus, 18 kilometers away from Kuala Terengganu. Ali is a skillful wood carver specializing in keris hilts. He spends many hours carving various decorative designs. Ali Hassan is also a key figure in Kuala Nerus Kite Flying Club, which is the most active kite flying organization in Terengganu. Today, the club has been approved by the state government to represent Terengganu in the coming Kelantan Kite Festival. Ali Hassan is a living example of someone who preserves the Malay heritage. Unfortunately, there are not many like him nowadays, and his knowledge in both the ancient art of keris and wow making is very rare.
Pada saya, pemalayan ni memang unik lah. Masuk unik tu, kerana pada bahan ni lembut. Kertas apa disobek, tebuk tampar tu, jadi timbul situ satu ketenangan bagi saya lah. Apabila kita buat petang-petang itu lepas menuai, apa, lepas bekerja penat tu masa rehat macam hari Jumaat, Sabtu tu, lepas sembahyang asar pukul 5, pukul 6 tu tersembahyang layang. Mana kita berasa tenang. Apabila wow hasil buat kita boleh berterbang di atas.
Nevertheless, the Kuala Nerus Kite Club has managed to attract many youngsters to learn the art of wow making. At the moment, Ali has around 40 young students who he believes will ensure the survival of the art. Today, Ali begins preparations to make the finest wow. He has the reputation of making the most beautiful wows in Terengganu, and this one will be no exception. This vast green paddy field is located in Simpang Empat in the northern state of Perlis. Every day, Adnan Ismail will ride his trusted motorcycle for 8 kilometers from his house to the paddy field that he owns. Adnan works tirelessly as a farmer on his 6 acres of land. Adnan has created a name for himself for being a legend in kite making and the best kite flyer in Malaysia.
Minat ni dia dari sekolah lagi, dari saya sekolah rendah lagi. Saya tengok orang main kat kampung memang saya minat. Pada masa tu lah minat tu cuma kita pegang-pegang tali. Bila balik petang. Bila petang dulu, masa dulu, masa sekolah rendah dulu, petang-petang kat kampung memang banyak orang naikkan wow. Bila petang lah. Tengah hari tak ada. Petang, okey, tu dengar naik untuk malam. Dengar bunyi. Bila petang kita pergi pegang tali. Oh, kuat. Sedap ni. Kan? Lepas tu mulalah. Cuba buat sendiri. Buat tak naik. Lepas tu minta adakan orang tengok, orang buat cara yang betul. Okey, balik cuba buat. Dah naik. Daripada tu lah yang mula minat tu. Dah dapat buat naik tu. Dan kita minat lah. Minat buat tu.
Adnan has enjoyed the fame of being the best and always looks forward to being invited by the Malaysia Kite Council to participate in any competition in Malaysia. Today, Adnan is visiting his friend, Pak Samad, to discuss about his plans to participate in the coming Kelantan Kite Festival. Pak Samad has created a beautiful kite and shares his excitement with Adnan. Making the perfect wow is no easy task. The design artistry of a traditional Malay wow is very unique and has a rich heritage. One of the most distinct features of a traditional Malay wow is the use of materials that are completely natural, such as bamboo and rattan husk. Bamboo is the main material used to make a traditional Malay wow. The entire process of searching for the right bamboo, cutting it down, and storing it has a certain sacred prohibition that must be abided by wow makers.
Penggunaan untuk rangka wow buluh ni, pertamanya buluh duri lah. Yang kedua buluh berang, yang tiga buluh gading, keempat buluh mata rusa, bermacam-macam ragam buluh ni. Bagi saya semua buluh semua terbaik.
Buluh yang cari dari segi utara ni dia panggil buluh duri lah. Tapi nak di tempat yang tanah berbatu, tak nak tanah yang tawah bendang ni. Boleh buat tapi tak baik.
Pertama, naklah menebang pokok buluh dulu, buluh tu dipilih pokok yang tua. Lepas itu kita ukur berapa kita nak, lepas tu kita belah dan jemur selama sebulan. Lepas tu kita barulah untuk raut, racik untuk membuat wow lah.
Once the bamboo has been identified, it needs to be cut and trimmed. The trimmed bamboo then needs to be measured and cut. For Ali Hassan, the trimmed bamboo needs to be heated over a small fire to straighten it properly. Following this, they are tied to form a T shape, which then becomes the frame of the wow. After this, one needs to gather several sheets of colored paper and fold one of the sheets of paper into two and trace it on top of the wow. Fold the upper part of the paper into 1/4 of its original size and draw protracted cloud carvings on it. Cut out the protracted cloud carvings and paste them to the gold-colored paper so as to highlight the protracted cloud decorations. Paste the paper decorated with protracted cloud on the structure of the wow. One unique feature of the Malay wow is the installation of a hummer that is capable of producing different kinds of sound. The hummer of the wow consists of 4 main components, namely its bar, which is also known as bop, ibus leaf or Coriafa gabanga, inas and bamboo pincers. The hummer is located at the head of the kite.
Macam contoh Kelantan, dia punya sayap tu pancung sikit, tajam. Okey, ukuran tak sama. Dia punya keluasan tubuh pun sama. Contohnya kalau 18, semua sayap 18, semua dipacungkan sikit atau dikembungkan sikit ujung sayap dia tu je. Macam Perlis lebih kurang macam Kelantan juga. Jadi apabila sayap pacung ni, dia memerlukan angin tu lebih kuat untuk loncat naik. Kalau kurang sikit angin, dia akan macam naik macam tu.
Today, many people are gathered at Ali Hassan's house. Most of them are local wow enthusiasts who come to help to make the wows for the coming competition. Adnan creates his wows at Pak Samad's workshop. He used to make his kites in his small wooden workshop in his village. However, since moving to the teacher's quarters in town a few years ago, he has to travel to Pak Samad's place every day. Pak Samad is also a very experienced wow maker. They consult each other with the aim of creating the perfect wow.
Ni buat wow ni dah 40 tahun lah yang buat wow kan. Tapi yang mula-mula pas sama wow ni daripada Datuk ni. Jadi berminat pada Datuk tu main wow. Sama ikut Datuk lu main wow. Kadang lah bukan petani masa tu. Untuk main ni lah. Mak ni dah minat main wow kan. Jadi bila kita tak masuk petani ni, orang tak kenalkan kita. Bila kita masuk petani ni pun orang nak kenal kita macam mana wow Pak Samad, macam mana itulah yang berminat Pak Samad untuk petani.
There are 3 different types of traditional Malaysian wows, namely wow Bulan, wow Kuching, and wow Jalabudi. In a competition, each state is required to send entries for the 3 types of wow. However, there are also other types of wows, and some states even have their own official wow design. Wow Puyu for the state of Kelantan, Wow Kangkang for the state of Kedah, Wow Kapal for the state of Selangor, Wow Dodo Halang for the state of Terengganu, Wow Halang for the state of Perlis, Wow Kenyalang for the state of Sarawak, Wow Sri Bulang for the state of Perak, and Wow Merak for the state of Johor. Satir completes the kites in 13 days. Today, Satir's childhood friend, Mutalib, came to visit him. Mutalib is also a wow enthusiast. Satir proudly shows the new wow to Mutalib. They plan to test it today. Unlike many kites, it's important to note that the mass of the wow is heavier than the wind. As such, in order for the kite to be flown, it requires the uplift of sufficient wind in relation to the size of the wow to overcome the gravitational pull of the Earth. Satir and Mutalib are very happy with their kites. Satir also has the blessing of his wife, who is there to support him. The members of Kuala Neru's Kite Club are also in good spirits, ready to test their kites. But nothing is complete until testing is conducted. This is a momentous occasion, as it will decide what happens next. To fly a traditional wow requires at least 2 players. The first person holding and releasing the kite is known as the Juru Anjung, and while the other, pulling the string at the other end, is known as the Juru Main Tali. Before the wow is raised, Juru Anjung and Juru Main Tali will determine the direction of the wind. This is why communication between Juru Anjung and Juru Main Tali is essential, so as to ensure that the act of pulling and releasing the wow can be perfectly synchronized. However, Adnan receives upsetting news that causes him to decline from participating.
Pada tahun ni, saya duka cita sekali walaupun dijemput ke Kelantan, saya tak dapat menghadiri pertandingan tersebut kerana saya ada hal-hal yang di kampung yang tak dapat saya elakkan. Mungkin pada bulan Ogos nanti saya telah dijemput ke Bintulu. InsyaAllah, kalau hal yang tak ada yang melintang, saya akan pergi ke Bintulu.
The Kelantan Kite Festival. Almost all states have sent their respective representatives to the competition. The competition is hosted by the Kelantan Kite Association under the umbrella of the Malaysia Kite Council, based in Pasir Gudang, Johor. The competition is attracting the participation of various countries in the world, including those from Southeast Asia, Japan, and Europe.
Festival layang antarabangsa ni sebenarnya dah masuk dalam kalender kerajaan negeri. Jadi secara tak langsung ini dikendalikan bersamalah dengan kerajaan negeri dengan pihak berkuasa tempatan Pasir Gudang di bawah Johor Corporation. Jadi peruntukan-peruntukan tu telah pun dimasukkan dah pada tiap-tiap tahun, dan sekarang ni pun kalau kita tengok daripada 1995 sehingga sekarang ni, penyertaan untuk festival peserta untuk layang festival ni meningkat pada tiap-tiap tahun. Pada tahun ini lebih 200 orang peserta antarabangsa sahaja yang melibatkan 30 buah negara. Campur dengan peserta-peserta tempatan, lebih kurang dalam 700 orang penyertaan. Campur sekali lebih kurang 1,000 orang untuk hadir ke festival layang kita.
All traditional wows taking part in the national or state-level competitions must abide by certain rules.
Dia ada 2 kategori. Satu kategori sobek cantik di bumi, dipamer. Satu kategori lagi cantik untuk dinaikkan. Maksudnya yang baik dengan yang tak baik tu sama ada di bumi ataupun yang untuk dinaikkan. Kalau yang cantik di bumi, bezanya adalah ukiran. Yang pertama sekali ukiran. Kalau ukiran yang kita buat macam sekarang ni dia bermotifkan soalan. Kalau dia punya lari, dia punya tajuk soalan, memang disqualified. Kalau untuk dari segi warna berpandukan pada tukang yang buat wow.
Points are awarded based on how high the kites fly, in addition to the designs, patterns, and decorative features of the kites. Here, Satir and Ali Hassan meet and discuss about their kites. Even though they're opponents, they have a great respect towards one another. Tan Sri Datuk Muhammad Ali Hashim, the chairman of the Malaysia Kite Council, has been the driving force towards the preservation of WOW flying since his involvement in the sport back in 1996.
Kite flying is, as I said earlier, has a very long tradition in Malaysia, particularly in states like Kelantan and Terengganu and Kedah and Perlis. Yeah? WOW is unique. WOW is unique to Malaysia, and in fact, because of WOW, Malaysia is recognized as one of the most important kite flying countries in the world. And WOW gives us that identity. And as you are aware, there are many types of WOW. Most famous is WOW Bulan, which originates from Kelantan. And now every state has its own WOW, which is being displayed, which is also being identified as icon of each state. And the tradition of WOW making today, therefore, is very much alive as a result of the interest, enthusiasm, and activities propagated by the Malaysian Kites Council.
Today, Satir is back to his normal routine work at his palm oil plantation. This year, Satir successfully defended his title in the Sobek, or decoration category. He is looking forward to being invited to the same event next year.
Wow ni kalau boleh berkembang, jangan pupuslah untuk generasi yang akan datang.
This year, Kuala Neru's club failed to retain the title they won last year. And the overall best kite flying category was won by the Kelantan team. However, Ali Hassan is the only one chosen by the Malaysia Kite Council to represent Malaysia in the coming international events. Ali Hassan has decided to dedicate himself to the art of wow making in Terengganu. He always believes that the art will remain as long as the interest is instilled in the next generation.
Gembira itu memang cukup gembira lah dan puas. Hati terpuas kerana hasil ciptaan kita daripada sokongan-sokongan Majlis Flying Malaysia, mengubah corak, apa semua sekali, dan saya pun dilantik sebagai AJK Pengguna WOW Malaysia, seorang pemain saja dilantik mengganti di samping AJK MPM lah. Jadi bagi saya memang cukup bangga lah. Dan perjuangan saya ni bukan untuk khasnya untuk diri saya sendiri, kepuasan, dan untuk generasi-generasi lah.
As for Adnan, he has just received a letter from the Malaysia Kite Council inviting him to compete at the Bintulu Kite Festival. He's very excited with the news and is preparing himself for the event.
Ada yang berminat, ada yang tak berminat. Dari situ saya rasa ukiran seni wow ni saya rasa tak ramai yang minat. Kalau tak mau bagi wow hiasan di dinding, persatuan setiap negeri harus ambil peranan. Setiap tahun buat pertandingan setiap negeri masing-masing untuk wakil negeri ke peringkat kebangsaan.
The existence of traditional Malay WOW competitions is so important and could be seen as a beacon, gathering WOW enthusiasts in the country and reviving the sport to a new level. As such, this will help preserve this heritage from fading away into oblivion, and from the kite becoming just another decoration on the wall.
I think it plays a very important role. Today, the most important thing is not only to go in the new direction in the future, not only to adopt new technologies, but also to retain the traditional traditions that gives us an identity. What is most important today for the younger generation is not to lose sight of their identity, of their cultural background. And this is how it comes in. And as you will notice from the organization of the festivals, whether in Johor, in Pasir Gudang, in Bintulu or in Kelantan, the most important part of this festival involves the display of both the traditional kites, which are the wows, as well as the modern kites. So through kite flying, you have an integration of all this, high technology as well as tradition, and is therefore a bridge between the older generation and the younger generation. And it's therefore very important, particularly at this juncture of Malaysia's development.